Years after the events of Seed of Chucky, a delivery van stops outside Nika Pierce's home. Inside, her mother Sarah is busy painting when the doorbell rings, and she asks Nika to answer it. The delivery man recognizes Nika from college and briefly flirts, but Sarah quickly shuts it down, warning him not to give her daughter false hope. The package, however, is addressed to Sarah. When Sarah opens the box, she finds a good guy's doll. Immediately disturbed by it, she calls it ugly and throws it away without a second thought. That night, Nika is jolted awake by her mother's screams. She rushes out to find Sarah dead below the balcony, the scene made to look like an accident. As paramedics are called, the doll is seen sitting quietly nearby. Soon after, Nika's sister Barb arrives with her husband Ian, their daughter Alice, babysitter Jill, and father Frank. Trying to comfort Alice, Nika mentions a surprise and looks for the doll, but it has vanished. Later, Alice goes to the bathroom and notices movement behind the shower curtain. Curious, she pulls it aside and finds the doll, instantly bonding with it. Barb and Father Frank later suggest selling the house and discuss assisted living for Nika, implying she can't manage on her own. That evening, Nika and Alice prepare dinner together. While no one is watching, the doll tampers with one of the bowls. During the meal, Father Frank suddenly becomes ill, forcing him to leave early, unaware that something far more sinister has just begun. The story briefly cuts away to a devastating roadside accident. Emergency crews work to free the victims from the wreckage, revealing that Father Frank has been fatally trapped inside his vehicle. As the car is dismantled, it becomes horrifyingly clear that his injuries were far worse than anyone realized, confirming that the earlier illness led to a gruesome end. Back at the house, Nika tries to bring some comfort to the tense atmosphere by playing an old home video. The footage shows a family barbecue from years ago, when Barb was still a child and Sarah was pregnant with Nika. The tape also mentions Nika's father, who died shortly before her birth. As the video continues, a familiar but unsettling face appears, Charles Lee Ray, a former neighbor, quietly present in the background. Later that night, Barb takes Alice upstairs to sleep, but the child insists on having the doll with her. When Chucky can't be found, Nika and Jill search the house. Jill checks the bathroom after noticing movement behind the shower curtain, only to discover it was caused by an open window. Nika returns to the living room where the video has ended. Ian is asleep on the couch, with the doll sitting beside him. Assuming Alice placed it there, Nika decides to return the doll upstairs. While riding the elevator, the power suddenly cuts out, leaving her trapped alone in the dark with Chucky. When the lights flicker back on, the doll appears to move on its own, startling her, though she brushes it off as a mechanical feature. Elsewhere in the house, Barb quietly approaches Jill, and the two share an intimate moment, revealing their secret relationship. Later, Barb puts Alice to bed with the doll as a thunderstorm rages outside. Frightened by the lightning, Alice clings to Chucky for comfort. In response, the doll reacts in a way that confirms it is far from harmless, signaling that the real danger has only just begun. Jill is on a Skype call with Barb from another room, casually talking as Nika continues digging deeper into the mysterious doll's past. During the call, Barb notices Chucky moving behind Jill on the video feed. Assuming it's just Alice awake and playing, she doesn't think much of it, especially since there's no sound coming through. Moments later, Jill begins removing her clothes. When she turns around, Chucky is suddenly right behind her. He tips over a bucket filled with rainwater, sending the water into exposed electrical wiring. Jill is electrocuted instantly, triggering a complete power outage in the house. Chucky delivers a dark, mocking remark afterward, clearly pleased with himself. Barb wakes her husband Ian and tells him she believes Alice is awake. Ian sarcastically questions her motives, hinting that he knows about her affair with Jill. Suspicious, he quietly activates a hidden camera aimed at Chucky, hoping to gather evidence to strengthen his custody case. Once Barb leaves the room, Ian puts in earplugs and goes back to sleep. Downstairs, Barb finds Chucky sitting at the bottom of the attic stairs. Thinking Alice must be up there, she picks up the doll and heads toward the attic. At the same time, Nika is researching the good guy doll on her laptop. She comes across disturbing information connected to Charles Lee Ray and the infamous Andy Barkley case. Her fear grows when she learns the doll was shipped from a police evidence department. As she tries calling Barb to warn her, the poor signal cuts in and out. When Barb finally appears, the two get into a heated argument. Nika begs her to put the doll down, warning that it's dangerous. Barb misunderstands, thinking Nika is accusing her of hiding the affair. Furious and emotional, she storms up to the attic, still holding Chucky. With the power still out, Nika painfully drags herself out of her wheelchair and begins pulling herself up the stairs, desperate to stop Barb. In the attic, Barb finds a knife nearby and sets both it and Chucky down while searching for Alice. When she turns back, Chucky is no longer where she left him. He's now positioned behind her, and something about his face looks wrong. As she pulls away parts of the doll's latex skin, she reveals deep scars underneath, confirming the nightmare is real. When she brings her hand too close, Chucky suddenly snaps at her. Before she can escape, Chucky brutally attacks her, stabbing her in the eye. Down below, Nika reaches the stairs just as Barb's eye rolls down toward her. Moments later, Barb staggers out of the attic, collapses, and dies. Chucky calmly walks down the stairs, faces Nika, and makes it clear that she's next. Nika desperately pulls herself into a nearby closet, where she finds a spare wheelchair. Using every bit of strength she has, she wheels herself to Ian's bedroom and wakes him, frantically trying to explain the nightmare unfolding in the house. Though confused, Ian helps her downstairs toward the garage, unaware that Chucky is watching them closely. Ian leaves Nika alone in the garage while he goes back inside to search for Alice. As the garage door shuts, Chucky quietly climbs into a nearby car. The engine suddenly roars to life, filling the space with deadly fumes. Struggling to survive, Nika searches the garage, grabs an axe, and smashes the car window. She reaches for the keys, only for Chucky to snatch and swallow them before she can escape. Ian returns and, seeing the destruction and bodies, immediately assumes Nika is responsible for everything. Overwhelmed and exhausted, Nika suffers a heart attack and loses consciousness. When she wakes up, Ian has restrained her to the wheelchair, convinced she's dangerous. She tries to warn him again, insisting the doll is responsible, but he silences her and prepares to prove his suspicions by checking the hidden camera footage. As he watches the recording, the truth finally becomes clear: Chucky has been alive all along. Switching to the live feed, Ian sees Chucky standing right behind them. He reacts instantly, ramming the wheelchair into the doll and knocking it down. Grabbing the axe, Ian strikes Chucky hard, tearing off part of his face in the process. But the attack doesn't end it. Chucky lunges again, targeting Nika. She manages to free herself just in time, leaning back as the axe strikes her leg instead. Fighting through the pain, she hits the doll with the blunt side of the axe, knocking his head clean off. For a brief moment, it seems like it's finally over as she focuses on stopping her bleeding. Behind her, Chucky's body slowly rises. He reattaches his head and violently shoves Nika through the hallway, sending her over the balcony and crashing down below. Descending the stairs, Chucky finally reveals his motive. He explains that he once knew Nika's family and was deeply obsessed with her mother, Sarah. When she chose another man and became pregnant, his jealousy turned violent. He murdered Nika's father and later kidnapped Sarah. When the police arrived, Sarah tried to protect her children, and in a moment of rage, Charles stabbed her, injuring Nika before she was even born and leaving her paralyzed for life. That night ended with Charles fleeing the police and dying, setting the curse in motion and leading to everything that followed. The power briefly returns, allowing Nika to activate her lift, but it cuts out again. Trapped, she holds the door shut as Chucky slashes at her hands, cutting her fingers one by one. In a final act of defiance, she wrestles the knife away and dares him to come closer. Chucky attacks, biting her, but Nika drives the knife into his back. Stuffing bursts out, and she believes she's finally ended him. Just then, a police officer arrives to investigate Father Frank's earlier visit to the house. Hearing Nika scream, he forces his way inside and is immediately confronted with Barb's body lying dead on the landing. As he looks at Nika clutching the knife, Chucky is once again sitting silently in his original position, appearing completely lifeless. The story cuts to a courtroom, where a judge delivers the final ruling. Nika is found guilty of the murders and is declared criminally insane. As she's wheeled out, the camera lingers on the collected evidence, every weapon used, neatly displayed, cementing the false narrative against her. As Nika passes by the doll one last time, she quietly mocks Chucky, reminding him that she survived. Nearby, the officer who arrested her carries an evidence bag containing the doll. Away from the courthouse, he makes a phone call, hinting at a payoff, and places Chucky in the passenger seat of his car. When he notices the bag moving and leans closer, someone suddenly appears from the back seat. It's Tiffany Valentine, who swiftly kills the officer using a nail file. With her work done, she carefully repackages Chucky and sends him on his way once again. The scene shifts to a quiet new home, where young Alice enters, calling out for her grandmother. Finding no one, she notices Chucky sitting openly in the room. The doll cheerfully invites her to play a twisted new game. What follows is the successful transfer of Chucky's soul, this time into Alice herself. 6 months later, a package arrives at the home of an older Andy Barkley. He places the box on a table as he speaks on the phone with his mother, Karen, mentioning his upcoming birthday. And asking for no surprises. Suddenly, the box shifts. A blade slices through the cardboard as Chucky breaks free, only to be immediately met with a shotgun aimed directly at his face. The screen cuts to black as a single gunshot rings out. Thanks for watching. If you like our work, please like, share and subscribe our channel.